All right, guys, we're trying something a little different here today with the camera angle. We're doing the bird's eye view camera angle. In retrospect, I probably should have oriented the camera such that like each player is on like the left and the right side instead of like top and bottom, but we'll just try this out and let me know if you guys like this angle or if you have any other preferred angles. But we're gonna be showing off my rescue cat Earth Aggro Rescue Cat OTK deck. Not really sure what to call it, but the deck that I profiled on my channel, you can go check that out if you want. I have been messing around with the build quite a bit. It's been in a state of flux, so some of the card choices are not going to be what's in the profile. And this is going to be a match of game ones, so there was no siding. It's just meant to help me get a feel for the main deck and show you guys what the deck can do. But as I kind of fine tune the main deck a little bit more and then work on the side deck, then maybe I'll record some matches with siding. I just feel like in these kinds of early games, the siding adds a little bit too much variance, and I just want to make sure I get the main deck down first. Already, a card that I wish I had in the main deck in this match was Smashing Ground. I think that card could do a lot for the deck, and there's some tweaks in this build since the profile, and since this video I've already made some other tweaks, but this is again just meant to give you an idea of what the deck could do. Hits me with the duo first turn. This is kind of funny because we're both playing Earth Aggro. He's playing like a more traditional Earth Aggro. I'm playing the one with Cat. And obviously the Dimension Fusion and Bazoo, which I cut down to I think 2 of each. I think in this build I'm on triple Gigantes, double Bazoo, double Dimension Fusion because I don't want to brick. And like if I see it, then it's great. Otherwise, the game plan is just to beat them down. So yeah, go for the Pot of Greed. Okay, no, sorry, I'm still discarding off a duo. Okay, so I pitch 2 Earth monsters, then I go for the Pot of Greed. Now my graveyard's already kind of stacked if I have a Gigantes or a Bazoo. I think I pitched a Bazoo because I already have a second Bazoo. So yeah, the graveyard is already pretty stacked. He did not summon a monster, which is interesting. He's probably just waiting for me to do something. And then I see he has a Smashing Ground in his hand. So I go for the Rhoda, grab my DD Assailant, and then I feel comfortable just summoning this and attacking with the DD Assailant. And we set 2 back row. Okay. I think in this build, I was on double Jar of Greed. That was something I was testing out. I don't know if I love it. I like it because you can obviously bait out Heavy Storm and, have your other more important traps be live. Don't love it because you have a high chance of drawing into the bricks that you're running in the deck. In other words, the rescue cat targets. So I don't know how I feel about the Jar of Greed quite yet. But I mean, it helps me get into Graceful here, so that's not bad. Or maybe I already had the Graceful and just held it, I'm not sure. Okay, so we're pitching a lot, and now my graveyard is absolutely stacked. Like, if I have the Bazoo Dimension Fusion play, it's going to be GG. Here, I guess I don't have a better play than this. I have to go for a cat play, and I summon the Wombat and Milas. My plan was just to attack over the Assailant and clear it and just get a little chip damage in there, but it baits out a Torrential, which I'm not upset about. In that situation, if I had a Smashing Ground, I could have cleared his monster and hit him for like 29 direct. So that's why I kind of want to put in 1 or 2 Smashing Grounds in this deck. But trading that with a Torrential is very favorable to me. I'm going 1 for 2 basically, so I think he was just kind of scared that I was going to go for some sort of OTK push. I'm not really sure though. He didn't have too much to be afraid of. Like maybe if he saw me pre-mat for the second cat, then he could have TT'd, but he just rips the TT. Okay. So we go for the... Oh, we're going aggressive here. I rotated into Goblin Attack Force and snatched and hit him for 4k to the face, putting him at 22, I think. And it's because my back row is a magic cylinder. So I'm kind of trying to bait him into attacking with his own Goblin Attack Force, maybe attacking my Goblin Attack Force because I want to go for this cylinder for game. That's also a new addition, which I kind of like in the deck. TBD whether or not it stays, but it could be in the side deck for aggro. Maybe it's not main deck worthy. But, oh yeah, he's at 22 after the Snatch Steel 1000. So I decide to just save my Goblin Attack Force and deal 19 to him. And now he's in lethal range. He Smashing Grounds, hits his own assailant. That's fine by me. He's only on 3 cards total. I just need to find a way to out this Gigantes. And I do that by summoning my Bazoo and banishing a couple. And that is going to be game because he's only at 400 life after the... 400? He should have been at 300, I think, because he was either at 22 or 23 before the cylinder. I'm not sure, but either way, it was lethal with the Bazoo, and his back row was fake. So there you go. But I think you could already see that there are a couple times in that match where Smashing Ground would have been pretty nice. Smashing Ground can also obviously clear Thousand Eyes and Gravekeeper Spy, Sorcerer, any other thing that's kind of annoying. Yeah, opens up with the Kaiku, which is really good against this deck because I can't summon Gigantes or activate Bazoo's effect. So Kaiku's pretty good. Yeah, Kaiku is actually really good against this deck. All right, so we go for the Rhoda. And, oh, grab DD Assailant. Interesting. DD Assailant as opposed to Goblin Attack Force. Oh, okay. Huh. I tried... Okay, that's why I did it. I summoned the Assailant first. Maybe I should have snatched Stolen first. But the reason I summoned the Assailant first is because if I Snatch Steal and he lets me take it, then I summon the Assailant, then he could Torrential me. So I just summoned it, and my thought process was that if he has the MST or the Dust Tornado on the Snatch Steal, if I try to do it, then the DD Assailant still is able to clear the Kaiku or wall it out as opposed to... Well, I guess Goblin Attack Force would have been just as good there. Maybe I should have done that, actually. I could just sit on the Goblin Attack Force and not attack with it, right? If he goes for the Breaker, I find that to be a good opportunity to TT because he's going to pop that anyway. And now his board is open. And I go for a little cat push. I try to go in there for 32, which is, I think, how you need to play this deck. Like, if you have an open board, I think you just... And you have the opportunity to go for, 3,200 damage like this. I think you just go for it. But I made a little bit of a misplay. I probably should have brought out one Milus Radiant instead of the second Death Wombat. It would have been less damage. It would have been 29, but it's literally only 300 less, and now I get blocked out by this call on this Kaiku. Whereas if I brought out the Radiant, then my Wombat would have been 21, and I could have cleared that Kaiku. So that's an oversight on my part, but a learning experience. He goes Kaiku, banishes some of my Earths, which could be good for me if I draw into Dimension Fusion. Which I do have. I'm trying to go for the Dimension Fusion right here. And go for the cat into probably Milus Radiant and another Death Wombat. Yep. And my plan here is just to try to out his board, trade the DD Warrior ladies. Unfortunately, the Milus Radiant gives his Earths an attack boost too, so I have to just trade the... Oh, not DD Warrior, DD Assailants. And then I clear the Kaiku with the Wombat. So I'm like, okay, I just have to do this. This is my best play right now. If you have the Mirror Force, you have the Mirror Force. What can you do? And I decide to go for this and attack, and... lo and behold, he actually does have the Mirror Force. Oh, okay, I'm going even more aggro. I summoned Bazoo as well. Okay, yep, and he has a Mirror Force. I'm like, okay, that's game. If he didn't have the Mirror Force, then I would have been in a significantly better position. Oh, I see what I was going to do. Yeah. Yeah, because I could actually, yeah, that would have been a lot better. Okay, going on to game 3, though. Game 3. Unfortunately, the Dimension Fusion play didn't work out. Start off with Lily. Lily's pretty nice first turn play, especially if I can, clear his monster that he summons or sets. With like Exiled Force, I can get there for 34 direct. Another reason why I kind of like Smash and Ground. Just to get in there for that big damage with like your Cat or Lily or Goblin Attack Force. But this Lily just being here is kind of doing work because he decides the best course of action is for him to Exiled Force it. I don't know if I agree with that. Like, I don't know why you wouldn't just get DD Warrior Lady or DD Assailant and, set one of them. Because if I attack into it, then... Yeah, I think that's a much better play to get DD Warrior Lady, set it in defense mode, face down. Because if I attack into it, then I either have to take damage or pay 2,000 just to have my DD Warrior Lady get banished, right? So I don't know about that one. I go for a Cat push, get in there for 32 direct. So right off the bat, he's at 48 off of one card basically. Cat basically just turned into burn my opponent for 3,200. So all right, dropping the DD Assailant. And another reason I went for that Cat push is because, oh man, I had Bazoo and Dimension Fusion, and I was about to do it, and that would have been, I would have summoned 2 Death Wombats and Cat, which is definitely lethal, but he hits me with the well-timed Dust Shoot, which he just drew and he just set, so he puts back the Bazoo, which is just super, super unfortunate. I really wanted to be able to show off the Bazoo Dimension Fusion combo, but not today, apparently. Yeah, we're forced to just set. I think it's a Mindless Radiant. I think I just set a Mindless Radiant. Yeah, so that's unfortunate. Yeah. Let's see what we get here. Okay, normal summon Exiled, pop it just to clear his board. He's top decking at this point, so I'm like, I just need to clear this monster and it should be okay. But unfortunately, he does have the Call of the Haunted to bring the monster right back after I exiled it, which feels so bad. Next turn, I summon Tribe, Prio to pop. And now he has no monsters, and I do, which is a favorable spot. Getting there for 16. MST's one on my back row, which was the Dimension Fusion. A little bit unfortunate because it would have been nice to activate that. But yeah, now I'm just getting in there for 16, and he still doesn't have a monster, so sets a card. Let's see what I do here. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have said that Dimension Fusion. Maybe I should have just held it. But I think maybe my other back row is something that's important because I can't see why else I would have set the Dimension Fusion unless I wanted to protect the other back row. Here I'm not sure what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking maybe about whether I need to attack this face down or not. Oh, I'm thinking about if this is going to be a DD Warrior Lady. I'm kind of afraid this is a DD Warrior Lady, and I would rather him flip it and attack me to out my card rather than me attack into the DD Warrior Lady. But I decide that I just have to attack it because if it's not a DD Warrior Lady, then main phase 2, I can pitch a card to pop it. But it does turn out to be the DD Warrior Lady, so it is what it is. But I think I just needed to attack it to get the info at that point. Right there, I saw that he set a Injection Fairy Lily. He's setting it because he doesn't have the 2,000 to pay for the effect. So I'm in a pretty good spot. Oh, he's got 2 cards. Okay, so was he? I wasn't paying attention. I thought he was top decking, but I guess he just doesn't have any other better monster to summon. We go for the Gigantes. Now that we've cleared his 1 DD Warrior Lady, feel pretty comfortable attacking into this. So we just go for the attack. It's the Lily. He must not be drawing good enough monsters, or any monsters rather. And now I have a game shot. So this is kind of interesting. I preemptively activate Last Will, and then I activate Trunade, just in case he, for example, Solemn Judgments my Trunade, and then uses Sakuretsu on the Gigantes. I have another monster to summon off Last Will. So that's it. Thanks for watching, guys.